Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. My friends over at yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we are going to do the Cherry Blossom Applique. This is actually using Aunt Lydia's crochet thread. This is a 2.75 millimeter hook, or a size C. I'm not very good at using thread, so I'm just substituting with a bigger hook of a 4 millimeter size G crochet hook, and I'm using a Patons Alpaca Blend. If you are wearing this as an applique on jackets or pants or anything like that, you will want a cotton based yarn, maybe Patons Grace or mercerized cotton, or the crochet thread will be intact. Just know that because I'm increasing my hook, the flower will be much bigger than it's supposed to be. So we're going to begin, and we're going to start off in the center and work our way around. There are 7 rounds for this bad boy. If you've done the applique heart with me, you'll note that there was a stitch marker, and that stitch marker is helping us to keep count, and we're not going to be joining at the end of the rounds, so it's going to be a continuous round, at least for a section of it. We're going to start with chaining of 2, so 1 and 2, and second chain from the hook, or the first chain away, is that you are going to put in 6 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Go right up over top of that straggler. 5 and 6, and make sure you have 6 by counting it backward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's good to go, and I want you just to pull that stitch marker under the last stitch so that you can keep a count of that in the future. If you have gone over your straggler at this point, the starting strand, and you've gone over it, you can safely cut that out, and therefore that'll be out of your way as well. And we'll move on to round number 2 next. So moving on, you want to do round number 2, and starting in the 6th one away, if you're not sure, you can count it backward, and you're just going to apply it 2 single crochets in each stitch. I'm not gonna count that there's 6 because I've already counted with my stitch marker that's in play. So all I'm just doing is putting 2 single crochets in each of the stitches all the way around. So I don't want to join it to the beginning. I want to just leave it open and move up that stitch marker when I get there in just a moment. And here I am. So here's the last stitch, it's marked. So put 2 into there, and on the last one just pull up a loop and pull that stitch marker through. And that will conclude round number 2. In round number 3 we're going to start, and we are going to join it at the end, so the stitch marker is going to become obsolete. So we're going to start with the first one. So we're going to single crochet in the first one, and then 2 single crochets into the next, and that will be the repeat pattern going all the way around to the stitch marker. So the next one is 1 single crochet in the next, and then 2 into the next one after that. So 1 single crochet in the next, and then 2 into the one after that. So 1, this one has 2, and 1, this one has 2, and then 1, and the last one should have 2 in it if it's counting properly. And then once you have that done, it says to slip stitch it to the first single crochet. So just going into the next stitch and just pull through and through, and you are safely going to trim that yarn and finish it. And pull it tight, and you can remove your stitch marker as well. So I'm recommending, and I'll just show it to you once on how to fasten off in this particular tutorial today, is that just throw it through a tapestry needle, turn it to the back side, and go back and forth a total of 3 times. And that will conclude this one part here, and then you can move on to a new color as we begin round number 4. Now round number 4, it's asking you to do a standing single crochet. Therefore you need to create this slip knot and put it onto the hook first. Now you want to go into a back loop of any one of the stitches that are in the last round. So the first, both stitches or both loops are considered a stitch. The loop that is closest to you is the front loop, and the back loop is the one that's furthest from you. So with it already in the hook, just insert in and yarn over, pulling it through, and then pull through the 2, and that's a standing single crochet, and it's telling you to do that. Now it's now giving us the instruction is that we're going to single crochet into the next stitch in the back loop only, and then 2 single crochets into the next one after that. So 1 and 2, and that's gonna be the repeat pattern then going all the way around. Okay, so let's review. So then first two are one by itself, so single crochet by itself, and then the next one has two into the same stitch. Okay, so the way I say it in my head is one, and then this is two. And then I will do it again, so one, and then this is two. And then one, and this is two. And then coming around, so one, and the last one has two. And we're going to join it to the first standing single crochet to finish. And that was the first one, and so you can see the exposed front loops that are left over from that one. Let's begin round number 5. So it says to, in round number 5, to chain 3, skip the next single crochet and single crochet in the next stitch. This is what I'm going to recommend to you. It always seems like it stands out of the crowd when you do that. So what I'm going to recommend is that change it and just chain up one and do one single crochet into the first stitch. So you could either chain 3 and then skip the next one and come down. I always find it looks different, so I'm just going to chain one single crochet into the first. Then chain 3, skip one stitch, single crochet into the next. And then chain 3, skip one stitch, single crochet in the next. And you're going to do this all the way around, and you should have a total of 12 of these chain 3 loops that are coming off the center. Please do this all the way around. This is round number 5. So I'm coming all the way around. This is the last one, and I'm just going to slip stitch to the first one here. Okay, so you should be able to count 12 of these, which I've already verified off camera. Now we're going to begin round number 6. So immediately right where you're sitting, you're going to chain up one, and you were going to single crochet into the next loop. So single first, and then I need you to half double crochet, then a double, and then get smaller again. So half, and then a single. So that's all within that loop. I'll go through another one with you. So you're gonna do that, and you're gonna then go all the way around. So starting in the next one is that you're gonna start there. So single, and then half, and then double, and then half, and single. So please do the same thing all the way around. So single, half, double, half, single, and move on, and I'll see you at the end of this round. When you get all the way back around, you just want to slip stitch to the first single crochet in the first petal, and therefore that is it for this here. We're not quite done. We have one more round to go, but we do have to finish this off. If you would like to change the color of the next section, you can do so, and the next section is gonna start off here, and it's gonna overlay and fall into the other section here. So to get rid of the colors, what you can do is just weave it in back and forth. So turn it to the back side and stay to the back of the flower, and just bring it back and forth a total of 3 times. And you'll want to do that with any loose ends that you have. And we're gonna move on to the final round, number 7. I might just change the color for the fun of it. So I'll probably do that in just a moment. Or I might keep it the same, I don't know. Let's move on to round number 7. Let's begin round number 7. I'm gonna keep the same color. Okay, so we're going to just go into the front loop of any one of the front loops, and we are going to join it. So just put it onto the hook already, and just pull through. And now I need you to chain 1 right where you're sitting, and 2 double crochets are into the front loop of the next stitch. I would go up over top of the straggler just to trap that in. So 1 and 2, just like that. And then you're going to chain 1 and then single crochet into the next available front loop. And now I'm gonna let that straggler go in behind. So you're going to start again. So you're just gonna start, and you're going to chain 1, and in the next one you're going to put 2 single crochets in, or sorry, 2 double crochets in. So 1 and 2, and then chain 1 and then single crochet into the next front loop. So what I want you to do is do that all the way around. You will have a total of 9 of these loops when you go around. So make sure you chain 1 before you start the next one. So just put 2 into the next of double crochets, and then chain 1 and single crochet in the next, and then chain 1 and etc. Please do this all the way around. This is round number 7. When you come back around, I've just got my 2 last double crochets in. I've chained 1 and now I'm gonna slip stitch to the beginning to finish. So pull nice and tight, and then you're going to use your tapestry needle. Way back in the old days I used to actually just weave in the ends with the hook, and honest to God they would always fall out, and I was just too lazy to use the tapestry needle. But the fact is it only takes just a few seconds, and it was just more laziness, but also I didn't know better too. So it's one of those items that you kind of pick up along your journey and then you end up using over and over as a skill set. So this here is the Cherry Blossom Applique. Any tails that you have not buried, you're going to have to use a tapestry needle to hide those in, and therefore this is what it would look like. And this is a much bigger version compared to the original, and this is a really neat idea. So this here is the Cherry Blossom Applique.